The MrBeast Crew is the most popular creator group we've seen in the history of the internet. However, what if I told you that one was exposed for being a disgusting PDF file, and another decided to become an OF model? Hey, my name's Parallax, I make YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be looking into the MrBeast Crew members and what they're up to today. Starting off with Chris Tyson, aka Ava Chris Tyson. Ava Tyson went from being one of the most respected members in the MrBeast Crew to becoming one of the most hated people on the internet. But to understand where Chris is today, we first have to go back to where it all started. Chris first met MrBeast whilst they were still in high school and became a key part in the channel's success.
I was there with Jimmy the day he created his YouTube channel, and I was actually his first subscriber.
He would become a fan favorite after winning a lot of the challenges and pretty much doing all the work and videos.
Chris is the only reason we're gonna survive this challenge.
I kind of feel like I'm part of something.
The publicity would help Chris amass 2.2 million followers on Instagram and over 430,000 Twitter followers. However, something unexpected would happen. On the 17th of July 2024, content creator Adrox would publish a video titled, "This video will make you hate Chris Tyson," which exposed Ava's degenerate past. For starters, the first major allegation was of Ava's support for the artist Shadman, who was known for drawing some incredibly heinous artwork.
Shadman was a normal guy until he decided to attend an art university in Switzerland to pursue his passion for art. However, shortly after, he was expelled when some of his artwork was discovered to be illegal, even considered a danger to society.
This video, alongside many other serious allegations, were enough to get Chris fired from the MrBeast Crew, with a statement from Jimmy that read, "Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I've been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure that I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings." Jimmy would stick to his word, and Ava hasn't been seen in a MrBeast videos since. But they haven't gone off the internet for good. Despite saying they were going to leave the internet to focus on their mental health, Ava could still be seen regularly posting gaming videos to their channel. However, it seems a little off. For starters, the channel's description reads, "This channel is just a fan page channel. This is not an official channel." And one look into the videos, you can clearly see that it's Ava's content.
Look at that meat. Hold on.
High quality meat.
That's good meat.
It's safe to say that Ava is still hated by the entire internet, with comments reading, "Hey Chris, I hear you like him young," and "Bro thinks we forgot." Whilst Chris Tyson has become one of the most hated people on the internet, someone that has always been loved by fans is Chandler. Chandler initially started out as MrBeast janitor, but slowly started to appear in more videos and would eventually become a fan favorite.
And then Chandler, this is a fun story. Chandler was actually our janitor. We brought him
Wait,
on.
what?
Yeah, we brought
No
him
way.
on to just clean and stuff like that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, seriously. And he was very shy, like super shy. He was so terrified to even talk to me. And then one video, he just like got in it at a little part. And
You're
people,
like, wow, you're funny.
yeah, people really liked him. And
Oh, wow.
yeah. And so then he was
What
in
a
one
story,
video,
man.
and then he was in another video, and Chandler all of a sudden just starts popping in more and more videos, and people are like, "We like Chandler, we like Chandler," and I'm
And
like,
there you go.
yeah.
Chandler would first appear in the video titled "We Are Better Than Dude Perfect," where he would break the record for the longest behind the back basketball shot. However, it wouldn't be until the 13th of October 2018 when Chandler would finally appear in front of the camera again.
One of you to leave the white circle wins 10 grand. No peeing in other people's quadrants. Chandler's having his first sip of water.
After coming second place in the challenge, Chandler would appear in more videos, but would end up losing a bunch of them, and Chandler claimed that he was just waiting for his big win.
I'm waiting for the big prize.
That is the big prize.
No.
That's the biggest prize. There's been a car and a house. What is that? Tesla? Chandler's like, when it's a yacht, maybe I'll try, but just $50,000, it doesn't interest me.
Well, it turns out that an $800,000 island is what Chandler was waiting for.
The winner of Survivor MrBeast, Chandler. Freaking go! Let's go! Yeah!
You guys made memes about me.
You did?
Saying I would never win. Well, look, I tried today, and I won.
After winning the island, Chandler would have to sell it due to the taxes, but he still had a pretty hefty payday.
Guys, update from the island. It was amazing. I had fun with my friends, and I loved it. I got a free island. Only reason I couldn't keep the island, guys, I couldn't keep it is because of taxes. The government will make you pay taxes on something you could get for free. And I didn't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay on taxes. So I had to sell the island, which sucks because I loved having an island, like who doesn't? But, you know, I just didn't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay in taxes. But I sold it, I covered the taxes with the money, and I got some. So that's nice, but it just sucks I couldn't keep it because of taxes. But thanks to Jimmy for the island, and it all worked out. I got a little bit of money, and we got a great video, so I love you, and thank you guys.
To this day, Chandler started to appear in less videos, and fans began to speculate that he had left.
Light comments are about how everyone misses Chandler and how he's the best character on the channel. And to be fair, the first time that I noticed anything that was maybe a little bit strange was when they went to that abandoned city for 7 days. And like for most of the video, he seemed a little bit uninterested, but I didn't think much of it. But then he leaves halfway through the video. And before they left, they had this like final s'mores evening together. And they're all sat around the campfire talking and at least pretending to enjoy themselves while filming, at least for the camera, right? I was just looking at him in the corner and he literally looks like he couldn't care less. And then kind of like nail in the coffin, he says this.
Well, I just had s'mores, so I can go to the boat now?
You see? Bro couldn't care less.
However, after the mass flooding of MrBeast's comment section begging for Chandler to return, he would appear in the Men vs. Women Survive in the Wilderness for $500,000 video.
Which means it's time for our second challenge.
Alert, alert! Pick a captain and send them to the bridge.
It's quite obvious that Chandler is the favorite MrBeast crew member, with comments reading, "Chandler is back," and everyone's more happy about Chandler coming back than the actual video. Chandler is seen regularly posting Bible verses to his TikTok page and is often referred to as MrBeast's last hope.
Today's reading is from Mark chapter 14, verse 38. It says, "Stay awake and pray for strength against temptation. Your spirit wants to do what is right, but your body is weak."
Whilst Chandler managed to turn his life around, someone who had their fans turn on them was Jake the Viking. Jake the Viking would first appear on the MrBeast channel on the 23rd of June 2018 in a video titled "Do Water Repellent Shoes Actually Work?"
I want to dunk this cinder block in this water, but it's really heavy.
You rang?
Yeah, that was my Viking call. Hey, can you dip this in the water tank for me? It's really heavy, but you're like a big boy. Now lift it out. And look, that's the part with EverDry. That's the part without it. Alright, Mr. Viking, you can go.
Okay. Jake would eventually appear in more videos as MrBeast required someone strong to help with the physical aspects of the challenges. However, as the video style began to change, so would Jake's role as a part of the MrBeast crew. Jake's final appearance was in the $60,000 Extreme Hide and Seek challenge. Following this, Jake would start posting more on TikTok, where a viewer would ask, "Are you still working for MrBeast?" Where Jake would respond with, "Lol nah, they fired me." Jake would later explain in a video the reasons as to why he was fired from the team.
And it came down to my piece no longer fit the puzzle. If that's the best way to put it. I had shown up. You know, I had done everything I was asked to do. I did it to the best of my ability. I helped the channel grow. When I joined, it was at 4 million, and when I left, I think we had just passed 30 million. But it was a mutual leaving. I had already shown, well, I'd already told them multiple times, you know, what I wanted to do was kind of be my own boss, do my own thing. You know, I like streaming. I like being able to get in front of the camera and entertain people through playing video games or whatever it is. I wanted to be able to make my own videos.
However, with recent events, Jake's reasoning as to why he got fired may have been a little vague. After Chris was exposed for being a PDF file, Jake would go to Twitter and start virtual signaling and making claims about the drama, such as, Jimmy knew. While we're at it, Chris should tell everyone how old the girl was he was snapping that sent him his first ever pair of Gucci slides. These tweets would lead to the internet completely turning on Jake, with comments reading, "If it was Chris who was convicted as a child, in the past you would not be saying the same. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones," and, "Bro, you defended a PDF file and this is your response. Dude is literally on the registry, but you don't worry because you don't think he did anything." For context, these tweets came after Jake the Viking's brother-in-law was exposed for being on the registry by ex-MrBeast crew member Jake Weddle. The real reason Jake the Viking was fired is still unknown. While most people believed it was due to the content shift at MrBeast, fellow content creator Captain Howdy would release a video titled "Why MrBeast Fired Jake the Viking," and would entertain the idea that Jake wasn't really honest about why he was fired from the crew.
It's been alleged to us privately by ex-MrBeast employees that the real reason Jake was let go was that he attempted to coerce multiple contestants in this challenge into giving him large chunks of their winnings, much larger than the $100,000 share that he would have been entitled to if his contestant had won. This is a claim that we were unable to prove until we joined a YouTube live stream by Mantonice, a contestant who participated in these challenge videos and won the $1 million prize. We joined Mantonice's stream and asked him this.
Is it true that Jake the Viking was fired because he tried to guilt trip you on another business? Where's you getting your information from?
After Jake was exposed for coercing contestants into giving him money, another ex-crew member would end up being tortured by MrBeast for a challenge video. Jake Weddle would first appear on the MrBeast channel on the 23rd of February 2019 in the video Standing Still for 24 Hours Straight Statue Challenge. Jake initially worked for MrBeast as a writer and director before eventually becoming an on-screen personality. However, over time, Jake began to appear in less and less videos to focus on becoming a stand-up comedian. Jake explained that he went up to MrBeast asking for a pay rise due to the amount of work he was doing.
Yeah, I was talking to this other writer, like, it's fucked up, you know, that's how the pay is, and I want you to get paid more, you know, because you deserve to get paid more. You know, I don't have a kid. And he didn't want to rock the boat. He desperately didn't want to rock the boat. He's just, I like my job. I like, you know, because when you grow up with, you know, nothing, not to say that he did, but I know I did, you know. You get a little something, you don't want to lose it. But he said, hey man, if that's how you feel, you know, like if that's like, I trust you. He stood with me. He went to that meeting with me. And I said my piece and he backed me up. I said, I need XYZ or I'm out of here. And they said, bet, and they gave me a severance check the next day.
But instead of being the charitable guy that Jimmy portrays himself to be, the team would fire him for it.
But he said, hey man, if that's how you feel, you know, like if that's like, I trust you. He stood with me. He went to that meeting with me. And I said my piece and he backed me up. I said, I need XYZ or I'm out of here. And they said, bet, and they gave me a severance check the next day. And they gave him a severance check the next day. And if I knew he was gonna lose his job too, I wouldn't have done it.
Jake would still appear in several videos on the channel to help with his financial situation, and would eventually start heading to New York. However, on his way to New York, he was invited by MrBeast to compete in a 100 days in solitary confinement video, where things would go horribly wrong.
The lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep, and I have insomnia problems now. But they might have started there. I had good people looking out for me. I had a lot of good people looking out for me saying, this we gotta stop. So I just wanted to turn the lights off. And I'm vocalizing to people, I wish the lights would turn off. And I go up to my friend, my good friend, and I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists.
With this traumatic experience, Jake would eventually cut ties with the MrBeast crew and is now seen on YouTube talking about various stand-up comedians and his time working at MrBeast. Whilst people began to support Jake for speaking up about his time at MrBeast, someone who was hated by the internet for doing the same thing was Matt Turner. Matt Turner would first join the MrBeast team as a video editor and appear in the videos as an on-screen personality. However, his stay in the MrBeast team would be short-lived, as 5 months later he would post a video on YouTube titled "Why I Quit Working for MrBeast." When Matt would initially leave the team, he praised MrBeast as it was a dream job. However, over time, this love would eventually turn into hate. On the 5th of October 2018, Matt would go to Twitter and call out MrBeast saying, "I'm not going to make a video about my time editing for MrBeast, but I will say it was the most mentally draining time of my life. I was yelled at, bullied, called mentally retarded, and replaceable by MrBeast every day." Initially after the allegations, Matt Turner would become the laughingstock of the YouTube community, as everyone saw MrBeast as YouTube's golden boy. However, with the recent allegations surrounding MrBeast, people would eventually reach out to Matt and apologize.
Like, hey, I was saying this in like 6 years of getting shit for this.
That's
and now
true,
it's
man.
Like, hey, yeah. So and now even the comments on like my channel is like, "Sorry, bro." I'm like, "Thank you."
Oh shit, that's good.
To this day, Matt Turner seems to be a casual user on the internet. Whilst Matt Turner barely had a social media presence, someone that is now even more famous after working for MrBeast is Sneako. Sneako would first appear on the MrBeast channel on the 24th of June 2018, in the video titled "I Built a Working Car Using Only Legos." Sneako's time on the MrBeast channel was short-lived, as he realized that he no longer wanted to be a MrBeast shadow and do his own thing.
Yeah, so that could have been a career path, and ultimately I decided that I wanted to be a voice more than anything. That's just not what I wanted to do. I've always wanted to be somebody who could use their voice to shake the room. I'd like to have that impact and talk about politics, social issues, and talk about what's really going on. And that just wasn't the direction of MrBeast content.
After the MrBeast saga, Sneako would grow massively on social media for his unique takes on various controversial topics and out there branding.
Being brainwashed, yo. Yo, a lot of you need to wake up. Wake up! Come back to reality! Get off of TikTok! Get off of Instagram! You're so stupid! You are so stupid!
Throughout the Ava Chris Tyson allegations, Sneako would explain how drastic the shift in gender was.
And this guy, the Chris I know, was like a truck driving, AK-47 shooting, Call of Duty playing, dip chewing. Yep. That was the Chris I knew.
And would eventually get into a Twitter feud with Ava that read, "You're one of the most influential people in the world now, Jimmy. Stop pretending like this perversion is normal. You can literally save thousands of kids' lives." Chris would then respond with, "Sneako doesn't see Jimmy putting wells in Africa, helping the blind see and the deaf hear as saving lives. Only when Jimmy says trans bad, he actually has made a difference in the world to Sneako." To which Sneako would respond with, "If you want to be a woman, do it off camera. Do not be selfish. Do not damage Jimmy's philanthropic reputation. Do not confuse a generation of children by celebrating puberty blockers and genital mutation." To which Ava would reply with, "Mad Jimmy kept the tranny and not your loser ass." And Sneako would conclude the beef with, "I became my own man. You leached off one and still failed." To this day, Sneako is still seen regularly posting on Twitter and Rumble and has a consistent pool of fans supporting him for what he does. Someone who would also have a similar short stay on the crew was Marcus Pearson. After first appearing on the channel in 2019, Marcus would instantly become a fan favorite. However, Marcus would eventually stop appearing in the MrBeast videos after their Christmas special, and eventually removed from the MrBeast team. Thanks to SunnyV2, we now have archives of what happened to Marcus after the firing, and this is what he had to say.
So I gotta destroy him, bro. So I'm gonna destroy you, bro. I'm gonna destroy you eternally for a long ass time. Just you gonna feel this. You gonna feel this tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. You ain't gonna forget about this.
Marcus would take to Instagram and post a 12-minute story in which he'd make some absolutely delusional claims, such as MrBeast started the pandemic.
He started this pandemic for a reason.
Marcus was a leader whilst MrBeast was a follower.
I was born a leader and he was born a follower. He was stealing sauce. I was borrowing sauce and paying homage, you feel me?
Before going on to state that he thought MrBeast was a broken person for firing preferring him.
The only conclusion that I can make is that he's broken somewhere else. That's the only conclusion that I can come up with.
Well, it seemed like
according to the internet, Marcus was fired due to a drug use problem. However, it's all alleged and there's no solid proof besides these delusional rants. To this day, Marcus is still on Instagram, posting rap music and still has a supportive fan base with 61,000 Instagram followers. Whilst Marcus was an OG member of the crew that no longer associates with MrBeast, someone who has recently come into the crew is Mac Hopkins. Mac would first gain notoriety in the YouTube community for helping the content creator Airrack go from 0 to 1 million subscribers in just 1 year.
Let's go! Let's go, man. Let's go, bro. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god, dude. Let's go, baby!
Mac would first appear on the MrBeast channel in 2021 in the video titled Last to Leave the Circle wins $500,000. Mac was actually the first one to leave the circle and win a brand new car doing so.
Hey, everybody! This guy just said he wants to get out. All right, let's see it. He's overplaying this so much. Just step out. Oh! Even though you got out first, I still have a prize for you. Just wait here. Congratulations, you just won a brand new car for being first out.
Who would have thought being a loser would pay off?
With his knowledge on storytelling and editing, Mac's first YouTube video would reach 3.9 million people and even get a praise from MrBeast with a comment reading, "Mac is going to be a go one day, mark my words." Following the comment, Mac would appear again on the channel in the world's most dangerous tramp video. After losing the challenge, Mac would then appear in 2 videos following that and solidify himself as a part of the crew. To this day, Mac still appears on the channel and is even seen in the 7 Days Stranded in a Cave video. It's quite clear that Mac is here to stay on the MrBeast channel, and the fans seem to notice it with comments reading, "Bro went from being a random guy to being a part of the MrBeast crew." Someone else who went from being a random guy to a part of the crew was definitely Nolan. Nolan would first appear on the MrBeast channel in the "I spent $1 million on lottery tickets and won" video, where he would have a small role on scanning a bunch of the tickets. Before appearing on the MrBeast channel, Nolan built his channel Trend Cave to 2.6 million subscribers, but would end up abandoning the channel entirely. After his appearances on MrBeast, he would regularly play minor roles on camera and eventually solidify himself as the 5th member of the MrBeast crew. To this day, Nolan is regularly seen on the MrBeast channel and even runs his own Minecraft channel, which now sits at 1.27 million subscribers, and a successful TikTok page, which is similar to Carl Jacobs, who reverse engineered MrBeast videos and became a celebrity in his own right. Carl would first join the MrBeast team as an editor for the Mr. Bro channel and eventually switched to the main channel after becoming good friends with Chris.
Chris was just like, I don't want to film without Carl. So Carl started holding the camera, and now they're like doing bits all the time. They're hanging out all the time, and Chris is like, let's try him on camera. I like him.
Carl explained that whilst working for the MrBeast editing team, he was able to figure out what would get screen time and how he could take advantage of every opportunity.
It was kind of nice because I had edited for MrBeast for months at that point. You could see what doesn't make the cut, and then you just don't do that. The longer I'm in, the more of the video I'll be in, just inherently, right? So I knew I had to make it far into the video. It was more than just playing for 60 grand. Not only did I get to edit for months before that and know what makes it and what doesn't make it, but I had also streamed for 2 years, so I knew how to act in front of a camera.
Carl would first appear on the MrBeast channel in the $60,000 Extreme Hide and Seek Challenge video, where he made it his goal to get as much screen time as possible. After appearing in more and more videos, Carl would cement himself as a part of the MrBeast crew. However, over time, he would become hated by fans of the channel, with comments that read, "I effing hate Carl." And yeah, at first I enjoyed Carl, now he's just annoying as. However, this hate isn't just one-sided. Carl is easily one of the most polarizing figures in the crew, due to the fact that he's mainly there to appeal to the younger demographic.
It could be definitely polarizing. I'm loud, sometimes. You know what I mean? I get if you don't like how I act, that's fair, whatever.
To this day, Carl is still seen regularly posting his content on YouTube to his 4.67 million subscriber channel. He has also started a podcast that overtook Joe Rogan and has a core audience of fans who idolize him. Whilst Carl managed to stay relatively uncontroversial, someone who's been under massive scrutiny is MrBeast himself. Jimmy Donaldson, aka MrBeast, has spent the past 12 years building up the biggest channel on YouTube. However, in the past few weeks, his brand and identity have been put under fire after a series of allegations were made by ex-employee Dogpack404. Dogpack404, aka Dawson, would publish a series of videos accusing MrBeast of running illegal lotteries, promoting gambling to children, faking and rigging challenges, and covering up people on the register.
Hi, I wanted to provide some context to this video. I'm a former MrBeast employee, and today I am alleging that the company rigged videos and did illegal lotteries and sold fake signatures. I would consider that fraud, okay? Thank you, enjoy the video.
Dogpack was just the start of bad press for MrBeast, as various contestants competing in the Beast Games would come forward with various horrific stories about competing in the challenge. Allegations range from mismanagement and poor conditions, to contestants having to leave in ambulance stretchers and being denied access to their basic medication. MrBeast was known for taking extra measures to make sure his events were safe, fair, and legitimate. However, after Beast Games, it seemed as though Jimmy decided to throw all that out the window. MrBeast chocolate brand Feastables has also been under massive scrutiny for how it operates as a company, via using various gambling tactics to get more sales whilst taking advantage of their young audience.
So I am absolutely pigging out on Feastables, and I'm trying to do this. MrBeast is teaching us gambling? Minus points because there's no cool music. Anyway, let's gamble!
And the gambling tactics were just the tip of the iceberg. There were a series of accusations around how MrBeast was producing the chocolate, with the unethical work practices and even changing up the formula, claiming that it was healthier for you. However, it was all one big marketing scheme, as the new chocolate bar is just as bad as any other chocolate.
Now in 2024, MrBeast changed the formula again to where it has mostly the same ingredients as Hershey's and even more sugar and more calories per bar. And this initial ad for Feastables where he calls it healthy is still getting millions of views a month.
To this day, MrBeast is regularly posting videos to his channel. However, it seems he might be getting less and less viewership every time he uploads. Jimmy is still censoring any comments relating to the controversies. Before the major allegations came to light, MrBeast would pull 200+ million view videos. However, his recent video titled Men vs. Women Survive in the Wilderness for $500,000 video now only sits at around 90 million views. Whilst 90 million views is an insane number for any of us, compared to what Jimmy was getting months ago, shows that there has been a hit to the company's revenue and public perception. MrBeast is still yet to directly respond to the allegations, and has sent out cease and desist letters to Dawson for the videos. It is rumored that MrBeast is still working on the response to the allegations, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see how MrBeast responds. If you enjoyed this video, you may be interested in what happened to the people that won shoutouts from MrBeast. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you enjoyed.